hi all, in this video I'll have a quick look around my Subaru WR1 and do my best to tell you guys a few things that have been done to this special model by ProDrive and by Subaru and by the STi part of the firm. And yeah, hopefully enjoy it. At the end of it I'll start the car up, give it a little bit of a rev. You can't really appreciate this car until you actually get out on one and drive one, and then you realise what an epic car a Subaru WRX STi is, and more so what WR1 is. Cool, cheers. Yep, well, so here's a look at the Subaru WR1. I've owned this for about 6 months, roughly. Absolute sweet car. So, WR1 model, all of them are made in 2004, and they're all to commemorate the 2003 Subaru winning the World Championship. So, Peter Solberg, if you can see it there. So they made this model here in 2004. They made 399 or 400. I'm not sure, but they all come with them. They're all individually numbered. This one is number 282, which you can see on there. So they come with the tax disc holder, the little plaque down here. It's trying to focus this here. Basically, it's an STi car with upgraded bits. So you have lots of upgraded bits, but I believe that you've got the upgraded turbocharger. You've got the full ProDrive system on it, anti-roll bars, exhaust system on it. You've got these ones here are also lowered, another sort of 20 or 25 mil. They all come with this type of wheel here, which is an 18-inch wheel and 225 tyres. Intercooler water spray, and larger turbocharger. More horsepower than this normal STi. I think it's 330 horsepower standard. They all come in this ice sort of metallic blue colour as well, so there's no other colours options out there. They come with the dark coloured STi seats, which are here, which are cool. And yeah, absolutely epic cars, and there's probably lots of other bits they come with, but the main thing is they were the most powerful car at that time. So we have a flick round here. So just a look at the car basically. So we'll have the big spoiler on it. WR1 badge here, so I'm actually going to get rid of this WR1 badge and do what other people have done, actually, is remove the X off here and put a 1 in there, and then get rid of that, and that'll just make that look a bit more classy, but that is standard. So my car did come with a ProDrive muffler. I'm not fitted, but they did have one, but I sold it recently because, you know what, the car came to me with the STi Genome exhaust, which is known as the epic nice exhaust. It's performance, it's not ridiculously loud. It's more performance than the old exhaust on it. It looks absolutely beautiful. So when you're driving around slowly around your neighbourhood, you know, taking off your driveway, that sort of stuff, you know, it's not overly loud. It's nice. It sounds real performance, pure performance, basically. Not silly boy racer, noisy tin can crap. You know, that's quality. But then when you open it up and, you know, give it some speed, it sounds so nice. It sounds literally quality. Got the clear lights here, so the large spoiler. You've got quite a decent sized boot, so this is my sort of family car basically, you know. So this car here, I wouldn't be afraid just to get in it and use it on any weather, you know. And when I was out in it the other day and it was raining and it was pissing down, it was absolutely beautiful to drive. Got a in here I actually keep a inflatable type set of roof bars. But yeah, lots of room here. WR1 mats. Underneath that you've got the normal mats, then you've got a bit of wood basically, and then you've got the space saver tyre in the side. So you've got a jack and a fire extinguisher, and in here you have the intercooler sprayer bottle. So yeah, plenty of room there. Central brake light, so tinted glass, frameless windows all round. Like I mentioned to you, the nice wheels with the P0s on, running if you can see it, 225 40 18s. They also come with the Brembo calipers on it as well. Good family car. I don't know if you can see that video or not in there, but you've got basically 2 decent seats and plenty of leg room for your children and for adults as well. One bad thing I think is, why didn't they fit headrests, you know, for more safety? That's one thing I think they should have fitted, headrests. I know they need to keep the weight down and all that sort of stuff, but fit some headrests. It's nice having this as well, the armrest, and the fact that you can pull that down, access the back, or you can put basically pieces of wood through the middle. You know, if you need to go and get yourself some sort of 6-foot pieces of wood, you can go through the middle as well. ISO fixes, 3-point seat belts, all that sort of stuff. Nice matte electric windows in the back. You get the side skirts on here. I think you get the sort of slightly flared wheel arches, I believe, which is different on the WR1, I think. But mainly it's larger turbocharger, more performance on the engine, it's a bit quicker, different wheels, all that sort of stuff. Look inside, you've got the WR1 foot mats, intercooler water spray, headlight adjustments, front sort of driving spotlights. This one here is fitted with the Janome, the highest quality Janome STi branded gauges, which are lovely, and the turbo one here. Steering wheel's been retrimmed and it looks beautiful, and honestly it feels so good. And this material, when you're driving it, you literally think it's grippy and it feels pure quality. And so this material here matches the seats, and the seats really hold you in. They're really bloody nice in this dark colour, lovely. 6-speed gearbox with a short throw shifter, which is on WR1. I'm not sure if STi has it or not, but I know it does have a short throw on the WR1. Again, you can alter the diff on here as well, like you can on the other on a couple of the earlier high-end WRXs. So you can alter the diff lock into different positions, more bias, front or rear, etc., depending on what sort of conditions you're using it in. Ashtray, plaque, like I mentioned, comes with double din. Normally it has a CD player and a cassette in silver. I fitted this one here so I can use it with Spotify, Bluetooth, all that sort of stuff. Really good air conditioning system on here. Mine works really nicely. In here I have the adjustment to set the gauges up, which are nice. And I say, yeah, dab aerial, really good. I like having a sun visor up here as well. That's cool. 96,000 miles on the clock. Alloy pedals down there. That's good. And flick it open, you've got the big boy scoop on the bonnet. Tinted headlights, which have been detangoed, they call it. So, and you've got the orange flashing bulbs, which look silver. And you've got the little winglets down here. I fitted this front sort of splitter, I believe it's called, which makes it look much better, but you do lose a lot of ground clearance. You know, I've lost at least 2 inches of ground clearance there, so it's very low to the ground, despite the fact the car's standard height. So if you have a lot of speed humps or a steep driveway or whatever, then you probably don't want to fit that front splitter. But that's bolted on, that's never going to go anywhere. They also have this aluminium grill systems, which are really nice on WR1. STi badges in pink. These pop out to have the driver's lights on there, and again they come with pull those out, and there's some additional plastic inserts to go in there, which are nice. That's sweet. This is all standard height. Big dog Brembo calipers there. I've also had my struts checked over, put some new top joints on them. I forget what they're called now. Had all the springs, the units powder coated and painted for the struts, because you can't powder coat the struts parts themselves, the shock absorbers. Tested all in good condition. So new top mounts, and because they just look shitty basically. This car, you know, this car here was the cheapest of the cheap in terms of WR1s. So you think that a normal STi model of this type of car is half the price. You know, it's literally 5, 6, 7 grand, half the price. Whereas you're looking at 12 grand really minimum for a WR1, 12, 13, 14, 15 grand. Because of course it's a rare one to collectors, all this sort of stuff. So you are paying over double for a WR1 model for the exclusivity of having that, plus of course it's a bit extra performance. And but I mean it's a bloody classy looking car. You know, I love the colour. You know, when I said to myself, years ago when this came out, I said to myself, you know, if I ever get myself a you know, an STi type car, it would have to be WR1. You know, I know the other ones are half price, but I wanted the WR1. I wanted, you know, kind of the best. You know, apart from obviously the RB models, the early ones, which are obviously 100 grand sort of money. You know, this is sort of sensible and it's amazing. When you drive it, you feel amazing driving it. It handles so lovely. The suspension being the STi, again, the STi suspension isn't ridiculously bad at all. It's pretty comfortable. You know, it handles all the potholes, all that sort of stuff, right? Handles so lovely, and again with the Pirellis on it, P0s, those are the boys you want on it. There you go. So you've got the prototype ProDrive strut brace on it there. I believe they made 3 of those and then realised they were too expensive to go into production. normal STi stuff here, and it's a more performance engine than the normal STi, large turbocharger, etc. Got the hybrid blow off valve here, which does part recirc, part blow off. I've set it to 50/50 down there. Normal intercooler water sprayer, large turbocharger with a blanket on it. Change that to this one here. I think it had the metal one, possibly. I can't remember actually, but either way, I put a new black one on because the other one had split. Oh, no, actually, no, sorry, it did have the black one on. That's right. And when I got it, I realised it was slightly leaking, it had been repaired, so I put a new one on there. You've got this to keep your bottle warm, your brake bottle warm. But it just looks good, you know. Fitted this the other day, super easy to fit in your alternator, incredibly easy. Blue pulleys, a few little upgraded bits and bobs here. I've taken off the front bumper, cleaned it all up behind it, all the bumper impact bar, put new bits and bobs on. I've taken the U-frame off underneath, which you can see through there, nice and shiny, and taken it off, blasted it, powder coated it, put it on with new brand new bolts. So that's a sort of safety aspect as well. Yeah, and it looks lovely. And I say standard airbox on it. And I say when you drive one of these, you think, yeah, this bloody is such a nice car. You know, it's not lowered. It's left exactly as it is. It has a nose down look at the front. This colour looks classy. It's a car that you get to look after, just to use it. You know, it's going to go up in value, 100%, and it's just a great family car. You know, I had 911 before this, which was amazing. But there's no room in the back for the kids. Once the kids get tall, there's just no room. And this one is more sensible. You know, and you've got a nice boot in there as well, which is to be fair, is bloody handy, and it sounds epic. Goes like hell. So once you get these cars, you know, you can go around town driving it slowly, driving it conservatively, all good. But once you sort of get into your 3,000 up rev band, it absolutely flies through the revs. It really does fly. Just lovely. This handle's so nice. So with a nice short shift on there, amazing brakes, lovely soft clutch. Steering feels amazing. It's just a great car to drive. And there we go. That is my WR1. Cheers. Okay, part 2. So just started the car. Literally started it up like 30 seconds ago. So I'll give it a little bit of rev. I haven't got time actually to let it warm up for 10 minutes. You know. So you can hear obviously it's running, you know, probably about 1300 RPM at the moment. Obviously it drops down really low. Yeah. And I say obviously once it's warmed up, that'll literally drop down to about 600 RPM. See, it's all stone cold at the moment. So I'll give it a little bit of rev, you know. I'm going out in a minute, so I can't be here for ages. And obviously if you rev it, you know, a decent amount, you know, really high, or fairly high, obviously the piston opens up more in here, now that's what releases the air. Yeah. So you can see, yeah, this Janome exhaust, obviously it's revving up, it's obviously idling at that height, but when you're actually in the car, you know, and obviously if it was idling at that level, you know, it's very, very sort of low and very, very quiet, you know. It's beautiful. So it's not overly loud basically until you give it something and you hear that classic Subaru rumble. But yeah, I love that because also love the car. The car's really nice to drive. You know, it's obviously running, you know, 19-inch wheels with quite low profile tyres on. But you know, the actual STi suspension on this car handles it really well. Obviously it handles absolutely perfect. You know, hit all, you know, crap on the road sort of thing. It's it's pretty comfy. I would say it's pretty comfy. Obviously it's not as comfy as my Clio, but obviously that runs much significantly higher tyres, and obviously of course a lot of the impact is done through the tyres, plus of course the suspension isn't sporty, you know, it's very soft. This car here, you know, it's decent, it's really decent. So you'll see that I like this car. See, obviously now it's, as expected, it's starting to get warm, you know, dropping down. Old temp is still on the still below 50. Water temp 43, 44 degrees. There you go. Yeah, lovely car. Highly recommend a WR1. Obviously the STi model, the plain STi model, is literally half the price. You know, you can get an STi for generally, you know, 6 grand, that sort of 7 grand, that sort of money. You know, it's pretty much half the price of what you can buy a cheap WR1 for. WR1 obviously is a limited model. You know, only 399, 400 of them made. More, but they are faster. They are a better car, of course, but they are, you know, double the price. So it's something to consider. That's all. And if you know, if you don't like light blue, then of course don't buy WR1. But yeah, cool. WR1 collector's car, awesome. Thank you. Cheers. Yep. So last bit. So really, this car is rapid. So once you kind of get, you know, to about 3,000 RPM. And then you start to properly accelerate. That is when the turbocharger sort of kicks in properly, and it literally is rapid as you like, from, you know, obviously sort of 3,000 ish upwards. Super rapid, and the gear shift on this car is it has a shorter gear shift than I believe what the STi has. I believe that's one of the WR1 upgrades as well. But it's very short. Well, I would say it's very short. It's very precise as well. It's beautiful to check. I mean, obviously this car's 96,000 miles, sorry, and it still shifts in absolutely beautiful. You know, there's no, it's all sort of firm. It fits in lovely. Clutch is really soft on it as well. Brakes obviously super responsive in the Brembos, the larger Brembos. But yeah, hit that 3,000 RPM turbocharger, properly kicks in, and it's like boom, rapid. You know, I don't drive this car exceptionally fast. But when you do get out on the road, it is nice to have that little acceleration, that little blip, you know, through some of the gears. I never go anywhere near the red line in any manner, because I do like to take care, I would say, of my cars. But it's so much fun, you know, when you're driving it around. Cool. And I say, like I said to you earlier, the seats hold you in perfectly. It's fairly comfortable car to drive as well. Electric windows are nice. Stereo system is I would say is decent as well on it. Icy water sprayer on there. Headlight adjustment. Headlights are good at night time. So yeah, great car to own. Thank you. Cheers.